Well, yeah. Well, we've just come from Parliament. We're live now, Avin. We've literally just left Parliament, where we
Okay.
were speaking to various people about our hair and why this matters, why
Mm.
it's so important.
Uh-huh.
Everyone was just really excited to be in Parliament and
Yeah.
actually have our hair recognized on that level, for people
Okay.
to be taking it that seriously. So business people were in the room, our MP was there, some celebrity faces were there, like Hollywood actress Lashana Lynch was there, Beverly Knight, Crept. So we had a mixture of community people,
Mhm.
business people,
Oh,
education, and yeah, just coming together in that space,
that's
in that
amazing.
historical place to say,
Yes.
Afro hair is important to us, and we really
Right.
need it to be changed.
We
So
need you to leave us
just
alone.
let me just say who I am, and then let's introduce you. So I'm
Okay.
Michelle De Leon, the
Uh,
founder of World Afro Day. So happy World Afro Day! I've got a
Happy World
special
Afro Day.
guest, everyone, with us, and it's Avon. Is it Dugas?
Duga.
Dugas. Oh,
Mhm.
excuse me. Is it
No,
French?
that's okay. That's okay.
Is it French?
It
Is it?
is.
Yeah, okay,
Yes, it
Avon
is.
Dugas.
My for some reason it's switching a little bit, so for some reason I have to catch up. But yes, it's
Yeah.
French.
So tell us who you are and all
Mhm.
about, and the special title that you have, Avon.
So I am the Guinness World. My name is Avin Duga, and I'm the Guinness World Record holder of the largest female Afro, and I've been holding that title pretty much since 2010.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so
And ha, has the Afro grown over the years?
she has definitely grown. I was looking at a picture and I was like, oh, look, she was so small, and back then I thought she was so big,
Mm. Oh, we're getting a bit of
and
freezing
now you see she's like grown. So if anything, I need like a little cut to help her sit higher. But she's grown a lot.
here. So what
Mm,
made you, because obviously you've got a lot of length there,
yes.
and as we know, our community, we love length and we're all about the length.
Mhm.
Why was it important to you to actually celebrate the depth, the width, the breadth, and have a huge afro?
So the thing was, I didn't go natural to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like when I went natural, I just found out I went natural in 1998. When I went natural, it was just because I didn't want chemicals in my hair. And when I went after the record, it was because there was a record, the largest afro, and because I knew Guinness for being the longest hair, which was one of the things when I was little that I looked for. I was like, it would be so cool to do the largest afro. So I went after that, and I never really got into length because I've always been more about health of hair. So the length never was like a thing for me. Even now with it being long, I just posted on my social media platform recently my hair pressed all the way out, but that's to show the health of my hair, not
Mm,
the length, and the length comes with the health, you
yes.
know. But it's more about the health of the hair because your hair can be to your toes and not be
Yeah.
healthy, and it can be this short and be super. So I try not, I stay away from like what we normally go after.
Mm. And what's the biggest kind of reaction you get to your hair?
Is it all yours? Is
Yeah.
it all, and it's funny because my mom and I were somewhere and it was pressed and they were like, "Is that all your hair?" And I just told somebody, I can't wait until and I probably won't be here to see it, but I can't wait until the day comes when we as African Americans stop asking, "Is that your real hair?" Because it's like this thing like, oh, we can't have this,
Mm,
whether it's thick. I went to the doctor's appointment the other day, and this older lady is like, she was like, "Is that your real hair?" And then I was like, in my head, I'm like, I can't wait until we get past that
mm.
because we grow hair.
Yeah.
We grow hair just like anybody else.
Yeah.
We just didn't know how, because we were forced to hide our hair
Mm,
because it wasn't comfortable for other people to look at. We started doing things to our hair to make other people comfortable, which damaged our hair. So we didn't have the knowledge on how to care for our hair.
yeah.
Therefore, we weren't able to grow it. But now that we know like that was just silly, now we're showing that yes, we can grow hair. So it's time for us to move past the "is that your real hair?" and
Mm.
just be like, girl, I love your hair.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, if I met you in person, I
know.
mean, I love it from afar. But if I met you in person, I would just be in awe and be like, wow, it's amazing. So
Thank you.
what what do you feel that the Guinness World Record adds to celebration of hair? Because that's what we're trying to do
Mhm.
today. We're going for a Guinness World Record in
Yes.
celebration of our hair and raising awareness.
Yes.
What do you think that the Guinness World Record adds?
You know, it's so funny because I was thinking about that last night. It adds another platform to what was already there. Natural hair was already there. There were people I think of from where I'm from who always wore afros and stuff. So there, you know, there'd be that family who was always natural, and back like, oh gosh, they're weird. And now we realize they knew something we didn't. But Guinness added another platform for us to showcase our hair in a positive light.
Right.
They didn't make a platform for us. You know, I know they didn't realize when they put up that title, they thought this would be a fun title. They didn't realize that it was an extra part to a movement that was already going on. So that's what it adds.
Yeah, it's so true, because we have really come into this new era again where our hair is being celebrated. I mean, that's the reality, that we have this global movement of celebration of our hair, and Guinness World Record is a global movement. So you've got these
Yes.
two things
Mhm.
coming together.
Mhm.
What would you most like to see happen in terms of how we view our hair, how we view our hair, and how others view our hair?
As I just said, I want us to get to the point where we just don't even ask, is that your real hair? Because other races are not even doing that. So I want us to get to where we just know, girl, your hair is beautiful and that's our hair. I want us to get past the good hair, bad hair thing, because unfortunately, that is still a thing. Good hair is healthy hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Definitely.
I went past certain hairstyles being okay when it comes to natural hair, and some of them still being kind of like, yeah, let's not do that. I.e., for example, the afro, because some people just feel like it's just a little too black. I've actually heard somebody say that, and they were black. So I want us to get past those type of things, but we just gonna work one curl, one kink at a time. One kink, like an afro picking through the hair. We just gonna work one kink at a time to detangle it and get it all. We're gonna get it all together. Like I said, we may not be here to see it because I feel like it's gonna take years for stuff like this to, you know, to get to that point. But it's time for us to move past so many things.
And I've got to pick up on that point.
Texturism is far. I think texturism, yeah, I would say I think it's not, but yeah, you know, the whole texturism thing, whereas the looser curl pattern is better than the kinky curl pattern. We have to let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bunch of stuff we got to move past, but we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, we are. And so how do young girls relate to you? Adana, are you there in the background? Is she with us? We've got somebody else to join us as well. How do young girls relate to your hair?
They love it. They're like, oh, is that your hair? And they want to touch it and they ask questions, which is crazy because, like I said, when we were young, we kind of looked at people like that, like, oh, they're weird, you know, something's wrong, or you know, she always wears her hair in that style. So they're very much in love with it. But what I love is that, like, I know since when the Guinness record started, I see so many more that are natural themselves. So they're so like, I've never had a perm. Like they bragging, like I've never had a perm. I'm such as I'm like, well, okay, then you know, I can't say that. You set your own record, okay? Yeah. And I love that. I absolutely love that because that's where it should be. We should not be putting chemicals that can eat through a Coke can, that can eat through your scalp.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, and
you know, to make sense comfortable about how we look. Because last I knew, my afro never had to type in something for work and turn it in. So what my hair is doing has nothing to do with what's going on with me at work. If your eyes can't handle looking at my hair, then close them. That's as nice as I could. Like I said, you can kiss my afro. You don't like it, you can kiss my afro.
Oh my God.
I can't help you. I just cannot help you. Like, get over it. Child.
I can't believe you can kiss my. Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
It's just so wonderful. It's so amazing, and the fact that I suppose this. But the truth is, how your hair is how we all should be wearing our hair, because that's our hair is different, and that is reality. Our hair is big, it's bold, it's wide, and we're not even getting into the intricacies of the amazing hairstyles that we create with our hair. So the raw texture of our hair, people forget that our hair is an afro. Like, that is our hair. I know it's a style, but actually that is the hair that grows out of our head.
Right. It is. And people just need to get with it, or not. If you don't, that's fine. I can't force people, but you're going to leave me alone. You're not going to bother me about it. You're not going to, make comments. You're not going to, I'm over it. I've been over it for a long time with the whole, hair discrimination thing. And it's time for people to move past it. We have other things to worry about. The last thing y'all need to be concerned about is our hair. It's not, it's pretty cool. Come on now. Our hair is awesome.
It truly is.
No, let's not act like it's not pretty, so just leave us alone. Let us be. Just, the same way we let people be, just let us be.
Yeah, the hair. So is Adana able to come on and join us now? Is she still in the background?
I see.
Oh, are you there, Adana?
Hi.
Where are you? We can't see you.
Can you see me now?
Nope.
Really? Okay, 1 second.
a little sign telling you to plug in. That's all we can see.
Let me clean this up and see what's going on.
It does look like a plug, huh?
Yeah. So let me ask you about your job while we're waiting for Adana. Have you had situations with your job with hair, or have you, because you've had it so long and big for so long, does the job not? Anyway, just tell me about working life and your hair.
So I'm extremely blessed. I work for my parents. They have a community home for women with developmental disabilities. So I used to work at the community home, and I worked in the main office. So I have never had the hair discrimination thing. I choose to not wear my hair out only because when people come in to the office, it starts conversations. And because I'm trying to work, I don't feel like talking. So I'm like,
you don't want to be the center of somebody. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like a lot of times, like I don't wear my hair out for a lot of reasons. Like I said, I went to a funeral one time and somebody was like, I was looking for the afro. I'm like, you should be looking at the person in the casket. Like, there's a dead person there. Why are we looking for an afro? Going to weddings, sometimes I kind of dumb it down a little bit just so it's not so big, because the bride is there and I want to be, because people will get into other stuff besides what needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
So when it comes to work, I'm actually blessed that I've never had to deal with that. But people will still ask, is that your hair? Because any style I wear it in, they'll ask, like, is that your hair? I'm like, yeah. And the clients at the community home, they're some of my biggest supporters. They love it. So they've always been, any style I did, they're like, Amen, I like your hair. It could be in braids, it could be a bantu knots, whatever it is. They've always been like very positive about my hair.
Oh, brilliant. So Adana, welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Adana Madweke, founder of Our Heritage, and I'm so excited to be part of this. We cover the lesson for this attempt in terms of history about our hair.
Yes. And you tell us about the things that you do around history, because we've got this Guinness World Record, everyone. If you haven't taken the lesson yet, if you haven't watched the film yet, please do. And in the film, we go back to Africa with Adana, and she does a lot of films around the heritage of our hair. So tell us more about that.
So I actually create documentaries that covers like the history of most of our hairstyles. I feel like it's very important for young girls and even boys as well, actually, every one of our community to understand the essence of these hairstyles beyond just the aesthetic of them. Because I noticed that a lot of them are starting to wear off, like wear out due to like modernization and westernization of different cultures. So I want people to actually embrace these hairstyles and not feel like it looks local or it doesn't look good, right? I also started creating hair tutorials on YouTube almost 8 years ago right now, and I noticed that a lot of people actually draw so much inspirations from those hair tutorials, and I wanted the people that actually watch us to also understand that these hair tutorials and hairstyles that I create for everyone to consume is something I want everyone to wear with pride. Like they should feel good about themselves and shouldn't feel restricted if you're wearing locks or whatever hairstyle it is that you embody as a black woman or a black man. Someone shouldn't segregate you because you're wearing your hair in a certain hairstyle. It's who we are, and it means a lot to us.
What difference, I'll ask both of you, have you seen from when you first started to do, to celebrate hair until now? What change have you seen?
My personal confidence went up.
Right.
I felt like I accepted me in my rawest form.
Yes.
And it reflected everything else that I do.
What about you, Evan?
Same. That's been my platform from the beginning, and I didn't even know I had a platform. I just knew when the whole Guinness World Record thing was about to happen, and they were going to announce it in 2010. I was like, "Ooh, now I get to tell people how like I realized how much I love myself because I learned to love my hair." So I didn't realize that was a platform back then, but that's always been the thing. Like she said, my confidence just went through the roof when I went natural, and I thought I had it all together before then, but something about going back to wearing your natural hair and then, learning how to do it, because for people who are still working through it, it may be harder, but once you get there, oh my God, it's amazing.
So what's the main message, Adana? How have you been, Adana, since you've been working on the Guinness World Record? What sort of feedback have you been getting about that?
It's actually been crazy. People are like, you guys are changing lives and changing the world and perception, right? It's a platform that has its own audience. It's a good way to actually get to stakeholders who make rules against our hair sometimes. Right? So those conversation starters, like it's something that once I learned about it, I was like, Michelle, sign me up. Yes, so yeah, definitely the feedbacks have been crazy. They've been so good. Both men and women, they're always like, yes, someone is finally going to tell these women to wear their hair with pride.
Yeah, it's true. It's a true thing. I'm bringing a little bit of controversy. So someone came on, said that, I don't know if this is true yet, but apparently some part of Jamaica, they banned doing edges because girls were spending too much time or gel or whatever they were doing, but they were banning it in schools about the edges. And it's like, okay, we want our girls to feel confident and love their hair, but we also don't want our hair to be a distraction, do we?
Right.
You know what? I was just having this conversation yesterday with a friend, and I'm still upset by the fact that there are still a lot of schools in Africa, like boarding schools, where girls are made to cut their hair. I can't sit with the reality of that because, like, I think about it, I'm just like, in boarding schools in America, I don't know anybody else of any other race that's made to cut their hair.
No.
You know what I mean? So it just feels like the confidence amongst women was stripped off from them at a very young age. So they never even got the chance to learn about their hair care. I still remember like what actually inspired me to start sharing my hair journey was because I didn't know what I was doing. And I moved to Canada from Nigeria at what age? I was like 17. And I still remember using dish soap to wash my hair because I had no idea that it was certain products you're supposed to be using. Like that's how ignorant I was. And it's crazy to think that these kind of conversations, that's the conversations that we have in the motherland where we actually come from, in the continent of Africa, right? So yeah.
What do you think? Because I've noticed from the years that I've been doing World Afro Day that there seems to be some way, it's strange because we're outside of Africa, that when you're in Africa, when they've got all the history and the heritage of the most beautiful amazing hairstyles, why is it more difficult? Why has it been more difficult for Africans to embrace their hair?
I feel like it's westernized media consumption. Um, Western media is consumed a lot more, and that representation is not something that is seen often. So that's why I'm actually glad that we're having this conversation around Guinness World Record and with people that have platforms as well where we can have these conversations,
Yeah.
so that more women can actually see these in big stations. So if it means seeing this kind of hairstyles in billboards, it does something to their psychological acceptance of it, right? But if you keep seeing something like something consistently, that becomes the standard of beauty that you tend to accept. And I feel like in Africa, a lot of the girls, not it's just a thing. We are being pushed with Western media, so that's what they see, and that's what they believe looks good, right? So I feel like that's the problem.
So it's still the Western influence, which is the same influence we have, but it's a bigger influence there.
Yes. Yeah.
So Ava, we can't have you on here without finding out the tips of what you have done to, to let your hair grow that long and that thick.
Y'all, you know what I learned after all of these years? Leave your head. My grandma and my mom used to say, keep your hands out your head. Keep your hands out your head. I don't do styles like this. Oh, she's getting washed and put back into a wash and go. And I used to think I used to swear, I was like, oh, my hair doesn't do that. I don't have that type of hair that does a wash and go. And then I figured out how to do it. And for me, that's helped grow my hair a lot, because once I do it, I don't pick it out. You know how they do the wash and go and then they pick it out and fluff it? I don't do that. I don't break the cast. I just let it be. So if it's flat, it just stays flat. As the days go on, it gets a little bigger. And then when I wash it, it's like the curls just drop right down. It's barely even tangled. And then I just do it all over again. Or I go between a wash and go and a bun, and a wash and go, or a wash and go in like one plait, one braid to the back. I keep my styles very simple. Like yesterday, this was a twist out that I just picked out for today. I don't like these because for some reason for my hair, it gets too tangled. And then when I go to detangle my hair, I tend to lose more hair. So I've picked up on what styles tangle my hair more than others.
Right.
And I don't do those. And if I do them, it's every now and then just because I really like the style. So I do stuff that's pretty minimal, to keep to just leave it alone. And I don't really concentrate on length, but I pay attention to if I see like a bunch of shedding, like I take pictures of my shedding. Every time I wash my hair, I take a picture of my shedding and save it in the phone to compare it. So like I said, when I did a twist out, I noticed I have way more shedding than when I do a wash and go, where it's a little bit. So I don't mess with the twist outs as much. When I do an afro, there's way more shedding because, it gets real tangled. So when you do styles that get more tangled, for me, I tend to lose more hair when it's time to detangle. Even if I take my time and even if I pick through every single hair, I lose more. So I do styles where I notice I don't have as much shedding or, breakage going on, because you're going to have some breakage, when you're detangling your hair. What else do? I do hot oil treatments, but I made this butter. So it's like a butter and it's oils. And then it's, as they say, juices and berries, all kind of other stuff. And I use the butter and gel. Like if I slick my hair in a bun, I just use the butter and the gel and just slick it up. I don't product hop anymore. I used to, I was a product hopper, and we all love products, but I stopped doing it. And even now, every now and then when I get the itch, something always happens. And I'm like, now you see, you should have left that product alone. Just stick with what you used to, because I found stuff that works. So it's like the whole, oh, well, let me try this, because you'll see somebody whose hair looks just like yours. And you like, her texture is just like mine. So I'm going to try that product because my hair's going to come out like hers. And then it never does. It never works. And then for some reason, the product causes itchy scalp, or it causes dandruff, or my strands feel bumpy and it feels rough. So I don't product hop anymore. A lot of the stuff I used to do, I just don't do. And this is the healthiest it's ever been. Besides, as they say, drinking water and minding my business. Those are the things I do. It's actually a very simple regimen. It may sound complicated because I'm talking, but I have a really simple regimen that I just do and leave it alone.
So do you plait it up every night, braid it every night?
No, so this is the thing. I don't usually wear this. So this is only for y'all. This is this for y'all. Once I'm finished, she's going into a wash and go. The wash and go, I just pineapple it at night and then I take it loosely. Matter of fact, I have some right here. I use a hairpin and a hair net and I cover my hair with this little hair net. I get them from a grocery store.
Okay.
And then I tie my hair up with a silk scarf. Then I put my bonnet over that. And in the morning, I just take it and shake it out. I don't pick it. As much as I love, like I collect the Afro picks, right? But I do not pick my hair. I even sell Afro picks, but I don't pick my hair that often because once you start picking it, again, in my opinion, that's when the curls start doing that little dance and they start commingling and stuff. And then that's where the tangles come in. You know, when you're sweating, when you're driving in the car, you know, your hair's rubbing on the back of the seat. When you're sleeping, you know, those curls are doing this. So they, you know, they're locking into each other. So yeah, it's a very simple regimen that I just like. I know how long it's going to take to do my hair. It's done. And then I leave it alone. I wash my hair once a week. I do it every 7 days. And that's about it.
See, that's the 7 days scenario. Adana, are you a 7-day girl? No, I'm not a 7-day girl.
No.
I aspire to be a 7. I aspire to be a 7-day girl.
If I had intricate styles like y'all see like that, I would not wash that every 7 days because you put too much time into that to wash every 7 days. Like I recently pressed my hair because I realized I was like, you haven't cut your ends since last year. Like it was almost a year. And I left it for 2 weeks because I put so much time and energy into it. I was like, child, let me give my hair a break. But my scalp started feeling thirsty. I could tell she was thirsty. So I was like, let me go and water her because I refer to our hair as like our scalp is the soil and our hair is the flowers. And dry soil will not make healthy flowers. So I was like, well, let me go water my soil so I can get the flowers back. Because even though it was nice not having to mess with it, because I would just wrap it into a bun. I wasn't even wearing it out. Like I did some tutorials and posted it. Child, look, I did those Bantu knots and showed the hair like this. I put that hair right in a ponytail and wrapped it up into a bun when I was finished. Because again, I didn't want my hair hanging out and, you know, friction and all of that and getting all messed up. So yeah, I understand why y'all don't do every 7 days. I wouldn't do every 7 days either if I put that much work into my hair. No, I would not. Yeah, y'all gonna get this for at least 3 weeks.
It's so true. It's so true.
Y'all gonna get it for 3 weeks or so.
But we're here about the Guinness World Record because we really want people to understand how important our hair is, the history, the difference about our hair, why it's special, why we want the world to understand it. So just wrapping up now in terms of what's the one thing that someone doing this, taking part in this lesson, they'll be watching a film, doing a quiz. What's the one thing that you want them to take away from it?
You look amazing. And you should not feel embarrassed to wear your hair, whatever hairstyle you want it to, regardless of where you find yourself, work, corporate environments, everywhere and anywhere. Like just show up. Show up your fullest entity. Because the truth is that when someone else sees you, we learn from each other. We basically rub off energy, right? Mm-hmm. If this person sees this person wearing their hair often, like this gorgeous afro right here, it's influence. Like you get influenced by, oh my god, I love her hair. I should try. I should try this.
Y'all's are influenced too. I'm looking and I'm like, ooh. So I'm like, ooh, I might plait my hair and then maybe do that and just wear it to my head, like all of it. Like for real, I see stuff all the time and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. But then I'm like, you're not gonna try that. You're lazy. It's not gonna happen. So I think we're all influencing in some type of way when we see each other's hair. From people our age to older to younger. So that's the amazing thing. And that was the good thing about Guinness, that they, that platform opened up a new platform.
Exactly.
So like I said, the platform was already there, but then it added an extra platform to put it out to places that, normally people wouldn't even hear about stuff like this.
Exactly.
So, good luck with y'all Guinness record. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, yeah. And what do I really want people to get from this Guinness World Record? I think I want people to just empathize, really. I think we have been carrying it in our own community for so long by ourselves. I just would love for so many people to just say, "Oh, I get it now." The lesson has helped me. The Guinness World Record, taking part in the Guinness World Record means I'm on your team now. I get it. I want to be on your team. I want to help. So I think, yeah, for me, just, you know, people wanting to be a part of the help and the change, I think that would be wonderful to see.
That's beautiful.
So thank you both for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Telling everyone it's all about the Guinness World Record today. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.